So hi guys, this is Navdeep from Delhi Immigration Services. Today we have an Indian national applicant with us, 30 years old, and she's living in Europe, and she applied for Canada student visa and got it in the very first attempt. So we'll just talk to her. She's not comfortable on coming on the video, which is completely fine. We are more interested in learning about the profile and journey. So we'll just talk to her and see how her profile is and how she's become a successful candidate. And uh, hi, Miss, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi, Navdeep. Yeah, I can
Hi,
hear
ma'am.
you.
How's you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, ma'am. Thank you. So, can you talk us through your, profile about your background, about your age, about your work experience, and about your journey to come to Europe, and then you applied here from for Canada. So, can you just talk us through that?
Yeah, sure. I'm a BTech graduate from computer science background, and I think I passed out in 2011. I think nearly like 9 years back, and I have 9+ years of work experience into IT. So I joined my husband 3 years back to Europe, and I started working here for almost like 1.5 years. So I just had a thought of doing my masters here in Europe, but due to some issues, I wanted to do it in an English-speaking country, so I chose Canada. So when I was a bit confused, like how, like I don't even know where exactly to start. So I reached out a couple of consultancies near back in India, and I didn't get a positive response because they were a little bit, they were reluctant. Some consultancies are reluctant to take up my case because I have 9 years of study gap, so they were not ready. And a couple of other consultancies were pushing me to take up a few post-graduation courses, which are not relevant to my academic. Not really recommend, I mean, not really syncing to my goals. So they were pushing me to a couple of other things. So I was not okay with those consultancies. So I was just going through the internet one day, and in the YouTube I saw one of your videos where you were consulting, where you were really reviewing one of the case who, an Nigerian case, I guess. Her profile was rejected. You were doing a case studies, which was really impressive. So I thought I'll give you a call, and I just looked up Delhi Immigration Consultancy Services, which is in Punjab, and I was not sure exactly. So I just gave a call to you guys, and you were the guy who picked up the call, and it was the same voice in the YouTube video, and you were there. So I thought I just discuss my case with you, and right in the very first moment you gave me a couple of suggestions which were really helpful for me. You said me to take the master's course, so I thought it was the right thing, and we moved with you, Navdeep. Yeah.
So you mentioned about checked with a lot of consultants and some, declined to take up the case. So what were the exact concerns they had? Was it only the gap, or was it also that you are applying from a third country, like you're
Yeah.
applying from Europe? So, you
Yeah.
know, probably what they sure about how the documentation would be done. Like, were there, did you have these concerns also? Like, you'll be applying
They
from a third.
were, yeah, to be much more precise, they were not interested to take up the case because they found it to be a bit difficult, because because I am not currently in India, and they saw the 9 years of gap. Even though I have a work experience, they didn't consider that, and they were not sure if universities or colleges would I would get what do you call acceptance from those universities and colleges. Rather, I think they felt it was easy to take a candidate who is 2010 or 2020 passed out, and they could push them than me. And also, there was no personal interest where I have to like a couple of times call them and try to ask them, and they were not ready to take the challenge, is what I felt. Even though I wanted to pay the money, and they were still not interested to take my case. That was the thing. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so then we discussed about the program. You shortlisted, we applied to a couple of them. You got accepted to Concordia University.
Yes.
If you're okay with studying the name, yeah.
Mhm.
So then you got accepted, and yeah, I mean, throughout the journey, like then we worked on the SOP shared with you, and then you given inputs. your spouse also helped us and greatly to improve the SOP and give our best shot possible. Uh, so I just want to take you back to the the concerns again, like while applying from third country, like you are staying in Europe right now, so applying from India is a different deal, but when you apply from a third country, your ties become more weaker to that country, and it becomes more difficult to satisfy the officer that you would return
Exactly. Yeah.
to either Europe or either India. It purely confuses the officer. So did you have any concerns about this also in your mind when you thought about taking the decision about going for the Canada student visa?
In the initial stages, I didn't know what all extra documents that I need to provide when I'm applying through Europe. I hardly didn't know that I have to give police clearance certifications from both of the countries, and it was a bit challenge to get affidavits from Europe because it is a bit tough to get affidavits from the country and the transcripts and a couple of other things. And also in SOP, I think you did really a fantastic job because I didn't expect the SOP, even though SOP was 3 to 4 pages long, it was written very, very clearly. It was clearly explaining why I wanted to visit and what are my goals and why did I choose this career and a couple of other things, why I'm applying, why I'm not studying in Europe, and why I chose Canada instead of US or UK or Australia or a couple of other countries. So I think the main important role which played in my case would be the SOP. Because the documentation and everything, I think every other person who applies for Canada visa, they generally provide all the documents required. But I think the SOP is what will actually make a difference. And I think you did a really very good job in that, Navdeep.
Yeah, appreciate them. Thank you for your support as well. And I think we had to wait for quite long. It took like I think many months, if I'm not wrong. We were pretty uncertain about how like which office number one would process the application. Like we applied online, obviously, but
Yeah.
living in Europe, so we were not sure to which office it would go. So I think it went to
Yeah.
London, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I applied, I reached you guys in the month of November. So you just suggested me a couple of universities and I'm great that you didn't push me for any college or any certain course. You didn't push me. You gave me a complete freedom to choose whatever it is, but you have suggested me to take a master's course based on my previous career in path. So
Yeah.
I think I got my acceptance letter from the college in the month of Jan. And
Yeah.
once I paid the complete fee and I applied for the visa in the month of April. And since I'm applying from Europe, it is non-SDS. It was falling under non-SDS category, and there were no certain guidelines or anything. I had to wait literally until August, from April to August, without any update. So I reached Canada, IRCC Canada service desk, and they told me that my file was not with them. It was with London High Commission. So uh, I just got correspondence letter in the month of July 28th, and I got my PPR request on August 4th. It was quite a long journey. Yeah.
Yeah, and what were you doing when you saw that notification about the PPR, and what was your reaction afterwards?
Really happy. I was checking my, I think I literally started checking my profile since 4 months daily every day. So looking at that PPR request, I was happy because I wanted to go it in the very first shot. Because I really had no time, and the university which is offering masters for me didn't had the course in January, so it is again in September. I didn't wanted to take risk, though the university was offering me online course. I wanted to get through in the first shot. I was confident enough because I've given all the documents, all the academic documents, all the affidavits and every bank statements and everything were clear from my end. I was just I'm just really happy. Yeah. I think you can talk to my husband. He can give you, even he can share his happiness with you.
Yes, yes, sir, yes. Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
Yeah,
So
you're
you can better explain how your spouse reacted after looking at the PPR. So what were you doing? Was it in the night? Was it in the day? Like, what was the situation?
Just, trust me, like she just mentioned, right? She was literally checking her email once in every day, in the morning, the afternoon, in the evening, and yeah, I really have to tell you that at least when you're back in India, you apply for this and you get it in 15 days or 20 days, due to that program
SDS.
SDX or something. I'm not an expert there, but
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
uh, when you're in a third country, you're in Europe, at least.
Yeah.
They gave a date saying that you will have your results in August. And yeah, she's hearing out to all the other Canada applicants where they are already saying that, hey, just in after applying, 20 days they have their visa and they're planning. And
Yeah.
we are all tensed up. We are all, myself and my wife, we are tensed up. August is near, just around the corner, and we don't have anything at all. No, nothing, just nothing. Then we called IRCC, or yeah, the High Commission in London, and they mentioned you just have to wait because your time is not done yet. Check. There is an email. I still believe. I still remember. She did not open it. She was just scared, and she said, "Okay, can you come to the living room? Let's open it together." And I said, like she was mentioning, my confidence level when we first gave it a thought, I have to be honest with you, I was not completely confident that this would be a through, because yeah, we don't know where to start with, we don't know what all are need required, we don't know if we are still eligible, applicable, all of that. But trust me, Navdeep, I have to admit, after speaking with you, it was such a relief. It was really an amazing journey. Even though I really have to tell you, even though if we did not go through, the experience with you was amazing. Because yeah, like she mentioned, we did get in touch with other consulting, folks. The response was not that, yeah, it was just generic. There was no curiosity, there was no ownership. But in this case, here with you, I always see you, hear you, it's just you. Of course, I know there is maybe a manpower behind you, but yeah, it's just an amazing journey with you. And yeah, on that day, he called me. I was just in middle of a meeting with my clients. I just have to say them, hey, can you give me 2 minutes? I have to go and come back. I put it on mute. Came to the living room. I told her before even she could open, it is going to be green. Just open it. And you know the results. She opened it and it was green. Yeah, it was the happiness was like an Everest. You can imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm not exaggerating because at this age or at this time, and considering the country we are in, all of that, this is not a cakewalk. It's not an easy, straight way through. Um, in fact, again, I have
It
to
was,
tell you
it was a unique case,
that
like how I would
yeah,
portray it. It was a unique case. Yeah.
true, exactly. This is unique case, and the SOP, like she mentioned, I also have to reiterate the SOP was an amazing work there. It was completely kind of hand art crafted explicitly for my wife because it is clearly written. I mean, I wasn't aware. Yeah, I have knowledge that there is no interview for Canada. That means your
Yep.
SOP should show that you are
So
in front of you. Yeah, it should talk about you. So it is you. SOP itself is you. So yeah, it
exactly.
was really handcrafted very well, Anand. So
So did you call your parents in India after hearing the news? Like, how was that experience? Was everyone super happy? Like, how was that?
yeah, they were expecting. Okay, they were in fact more than thrilled than us because yeah, they know this is a difficult step to take, and yeah, we are. It was challenging enough, and we accepted the challenge. But yeah, I already told her at this time, at this age, in this country, achieving this is already 25% achieved out of the 100% journey. So the first 25% is very important, and we already achieved it. So we are super duper happy about it.
Yeah, yeah. And you
I
also
think
have a child, isn't it? You also have a child, like living with you in Europe, right? Is it the
exactly
case? You
that's
also.
right.
So you
Yeah,
also have a child. So we applied without child and spouse. We applied
correct.
only for spouse. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So I think, yeah, here also the amenities are good, but back in Canada, maybe once after my wife moves there, I will certainly reach out to you because, yeah, it doesn't really matter even if you take a long time for our help. But I really want to. I told my wife also, I will still go ahead with Navdeep only. Let him take his time because, yeah, the experience was amazing. That's something that I really like.
I highly appreciate, sir. Highly appreciate, and I'm so happy that you have got the visa because I kept wondering, like, why it's taking more time in your case. Because your case is something which was always in the back of my mind because it was a unique case, and I worked with the applicants from other countries, but it was unique. I mean, definitely your case was definitely unique. So I was also wondering from a long time, like when the decision would come, because I was also equally curious to see how would that get through. So
Exactly.
I'm so happy that you've got it, and I was getting emotional at that time when you actually told us about the PPR. So because we it was some sort of a new unique experience for us, and
Yeah.
I appreciate your support as well, sir. I'm so
True.
happy if you
I
got.
think what I have to, yeah, what I have to say is that even if in case on the first shot, let's say we did not get it, we were still confident because yeah, I think I have told my wife couple of times, don't worry if in case on the first shot you don't get it. I know what Navdeep is going to say because you did explain that very well to me that yeah you can still file it, sir. You have a we can file a case or you can go ahead with a second attempt. We will get results on why they rejected. We will create another SOP. So I think what we got is very good support, like moral support, because yeah, you are like yeah, we don't have our family next to us to give us moral support. The same way we are talking to them, the same way we are talking to you. So it was very good support. Um, Something I think before I can maybe get out of or stop this, but what I would like to people who are viewing this, maybe I think they will also be interested. I would say, I know this is mental tension, right? This is a pressure. It's a tension that you apply. You just think of, do we have all the documents right? Did we get everything right? I would say to everyone who's watching this is just, do your homework, connect with Delhi Immigration Service, because I have the confidence that you do a 4I principle that you check each and every document. I still remember you told me that the value on the asset document, it is wrong. I did not even know that. Even the guy who wrote it, he didn't know it. So you guys did a very thorough check. So it's kind of a checklist. At least your mental tension, the pressure will go down. So for me and my wife, that really worked. The pressure was a little bit lesser because I know on the front end you are taking care. So just yeah, that this is something that I would like to really share.
I highly appreciate your words, sir. And also, I think I discussed with your spouse. She was added in some sort of a group where other people also applied for the same university, I guess.
Yes,
And
yes,
is she around? Can she refresh the conversation?
yes. She is around. But before I pass on, I know that she did mention that there are two other cases, similar cases, where they are around 28, 29 years who applied from back in India. They I think 1 month ago, they already posted in a group. They are maintaining a WhatsApp group. They already posted saying that their visa is rejected. So yeah, I think she can explain because she's on the call now.
Yeah, Navdeep, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So can you refresh the conversation about the other applicants who applied for the same university, and did it scare you a bit? Like, I think some other people have got the refusal, unfortunately. But
Yes,
how
yeah.
was that experience?
There were like a couple of, there's a WhatsApp group where people are getting connected who are actually moving to Canada for this fall term. And I have seen cases where there are like 28 years and 29 years applicants who applied for Canada and they got their refusal in the month of July. So it bit scared me a lot, and I started asking them, did they give all the documents and everything or not, and what did they do after that refusal? They just reapplied directly without adding any documents or any other thing. So I was just a bit scared. And they were even happy that they got refusal a bit earlier, because they have a time. They actually have time to reapply again. In my case, I didn't have time, so I was just praying God that I should get through in the very first attempt.
Did you have any apprehensions when you heard about that they've got the refusal? So, generally we do tend to feel different. So, how was that experience? Or were
I
you
just
still confident?
asked them what was the main reason, why did they get the refusal, and they mentioned me that the visa officer was not satisfied that they leave the country after their education, and the second reason was they didn't see their future goal, why exactly they would like to study now with 8 years of study gap, and what was the main motto or intention for them to study at this point of age. So I was wondering, because that same question would have even crossed the visa officer's mind when he was checking my profile. I think in the SOP we have mentioned very clearly what are my future goals, and how am I justifying willing to study at this point of time in my age. Yeah.
All right, ma'am. Anyway, eventually we have got it, and I'm so super happy for you, for your family, for everyone who is supporting you, and I'm so happy. Many many congratulations to all of
Yeah.
you
Thank
that
you.
you have got. And yeah, I mean, just enjoy the moment. I'm so happy that I've got it. I wish you
Yeah.
great luck to you and to your family as well. They'll be joining you soon anyway. So I wish you great luck in Canada. I wish you great future ahead. And in case of any more questions, also you're most welcome to get in touch with us. And
Yeah. Sure, Navdeep.
just one last question. Like, there's so many other applicants also who are probably living in some corner of the planet, and they're thinking to apply for Canada from other countries. Not, they may be Indian nationals but living in other countries, and they're probably not sure, just like you were not sure about this process. So what piece of advice would you like to give to them, maybe about the research, how they should do and everything? So it will be helpful if you can give some advice before we end this.
Because I have recommended my couple of friends and cousins to Delhi Immigration Service, and I'm really very confident that you can go with Delhi Immigration Services, because I really have a very pleasant experience with you, and I was a bit scared in the initial phase where it was in Punjab. I don't even know the consultancy, and I was a bit scared. But once I spoke to you, I think in the very first call itself, I have decided that this is the right guy whom I really wanted to go. Yeah, so I will suggest everyone, if you get any refusal, or if you really wanted a career advice, I think it is
All right.
instead of doing it by themselves, they can take a second opinion, not second opinion, opinion from an advice from Delhi Immigration Services, and then they can move ahead.
All right, then. Thank you so very much for your advice, and
Now
I
they,
hope a lot of
yeah.
other. Thank you so very much, and thank you so much for your words and your time. And I wish you great luck, and I'm so happy for you that I've got it. It's a success for us as well, and it was a very unique case. And again, as I mentioned, so it's very very special for us. So thank you very very much for trusting us, and I wish you great luck again, and have a good life ahead, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.